Donald Franklin, and you're watching the YouTube I Am, You Are the Creator on the Just Believe channel. Okay, today we're going to talk about the coronavirus. I mean, everybody's talking about it. What can you do to help prevent yourself from getting it? I have a lot of people that I talk to, a lot in the professional industry, some getting information from CDC, others from people that they know within the industries. The most important thing that I've gotten out of it is basically keep yourself safe. More importantly, your hygiene, washing yourself, washing your hands. And so we know that in this time of crisis, that it's hard to get products to do just that, keep yourself safe and clean. Over here on the table, we find that they're running out of sanitizer stuff like Clorox for Clorox wipes, mask, gloves, a lot of antibacterial soap to wash your hands. But we know that people are now doing other things like making their own products to wash their hands. They're using rubbing alcohol. Well, this is the rubbing alcohol here, and they also is using this peroxide to do it. And they mix it up in spray bottles and they spray it on themselves. I have a video that I want you guys to watch, and his name is Greg Braden, and he's phenomenal in what he does and the knowledge that he's possessed. So what I'm going to do now is,
as the virus invades the cells, it needs a host cell to reproduce, and it is inert. This is important. It is an inert organism in the sense that it is not hunting us. And I said this on the presentation, and I think it's important to restate this. These viruses are not stalking us. They're not like waiting to pounce on us. That if they're on a surface, they are inert. They're simply sitting there until they come in contact with a cell. And when they come in contact with that cell, that is when they awaken and they begin doing what viruses do. They invade the cell. As we go through the Q&A. What that virus is, it is genetic information. It's a really simple organism. Genetic information inside of a shell or a coating of protein. And that's going to be important because when we start talking about what can we do, one of the things that we're doing simply by washing our hands is we're breaking down that outer coating, that protein coating, making that virus so that it is not so viable in our lives. I'm going to reference that later. So I hope that helped to understand a little bit about what the virus is. Where do they come from? Viruses have always been with us. They've been here. You all have heard of the genome, the human genome in the body. It describes the DNA in our bodies. We have so many viruses that are with us all the time. We all have what is called the virome. Typically, you don't hear a lot about because it's not a problem. Those viruses are not impacting our lives the way this particular one is. So it's not like this is a one-off. Viruses are a part of our lives. They're part of our reality. They've been with us forever. Where they come from, there's a whole history. There's an entire study. People dedicate their lives to studying viruses and how they want to say about the disinfectants. So most effective, safest, hydrogen peroxide, 3 to 6%. Then alcohol, you're going to use alcohol. It is the ethyl alcohol, 60, 80%. None of those are available. You want to use vinegar, white. Vinegar has about 4 to 7% acetic acid. It's not tremendously high, but it's better than nothing. Okay? So we went through all of those, probably more detail than you wanted.
we never experienced anything like this, where the whole world has been affected by this, not just the United States, and it can go smaller than that, California, but this is the whole world, and it's a virus that affects everybody. So quarantine yourself is one of the best things that they could have done to isolate the virus to keep it from spreading to other people. My son and his wife told me the other day, a little while back, that they self-quarantined themselves way before we were asked to do so by the government, or by California, by the governor. So, and which was great because they took initiative to do what upon themselves to do now that what everybody has to do by being forced to. So I give them some thumbs up for that.
So this has been the problem because the people in the denial cycle of grief are still gathering together. There are reports of parties, coronavirus parties, where people are all gathering together. There was just a death reported yesterday from someone who was at a coronavirus party and picked it up at the party. So young people are very, very vulnerable, and we're all in this together. This is the thing. So many people are trying to blame, and they're trying to make this into something political, or they're trying to make it into false information. We can do all that when this is in the rearview mirror. For right now, where we are right now, it is a fact. There is a virus. The third way to deal with this, and it's very controversial, it's what is called herd immunity, like a herd of animals, a herd of cattle. And this is the thinking that the virus will move through a population. Some people are going to become immune to it, and that immunity will then begin protecting those that may not be immune or may not even been exposed to it. The problem is, as it moves through the population, it's also infecting those who are more. I can be very accurate here. It's believed that the incubation period can be anywhere from 2 days to 14 days. That's a big range, and I think a lot of that depends upon how viable the individual is, how healthy the individual is. If there are no underlying conditions, you may be exposed and may not know it, develop the symptoms for a couple of weeks. During those couple of weeks, you're out living your life. You're in restaurants, you're at work, you're with kids, you're with other kids, riding mass transportation, flying on planes and all those things, and you may not even know it. And by doing that, you may be transmitting to other people. That's
where do we go after this? Will people continue to be infected? And I'm coming to find out that this is going to be a normal virus. Like every season, like you catch the flu, they have different strains of flu, and you go get vaccinated for that. This is going to be the same type of scenario that's going to be with this coronavirus. Every year this time, we're going to go get a coronavirus shot, something similar to a flu, which is basically the same. A shot to where it don't give you the full effect of the virus. It's just like the flu shot, just give you just a little enough to where your body can understand, oh, it's been invaded, and they can start making antibodies to fight it off, so that you can't get the full blown effect of that different virus. So this is going to be one more thing we have to live with. So with that being said, how do we prepare ourselves for the years to come with this new invasion? One of them is exercise. So, got it. Wash my hands, no handshaking, keep my space from others, 3 feet or more, and exercise. Greg Braden, conclusion.
A free society. The hope was that we would freely choose to self-quarantine. When it reached the point where it was obvious many people chose otherwise, then restrictions had to be put in place at the state level. So I live in the state of New Mexico. My wife and I are here in northern New Mexico. And 4 o'clock Monday afternoon, our governor made an announcement. 8 o'clock Tuesday morning, we went into lockdown. So any non-essential travel now is prohibited. I know Colorado has done the same thing, our neighbors to the north, and a lot of others. So this is the idea behind the quarantine, to do disinfectants. So most effective, safest, hydrogen peroxide, 3 to 6%. Then alcohol, you're going to use alcohol. It is the ethyl alcohol, 60, 80%. None of those are available. You want to use vinegar, white. Vinegar has about 4 to 7% acetic acid. It's not tremendously high, but it's better than nothing. Okay? So we went through all of those, probably more detail than you wanted.
Franklin, I want to thank you guys for watching this presentation of the coronavirus and what it means to protecting yourself and your family. Greg Braden was awesome guy, very knowledgeable in his field. Him and another, there's a few other out there that are just as phenomenal as Greg there. I just can't stress the fact that we have to be calm. We have to know that this is our norm now. We have to be able to just accept this. And we have to be able to deal with it in a least stressful way. These things right here, been around for a while. We all know these products. And we're getting personal with them now. So these are all things that we should have been doing a long time ago. But now let's continue. Even after this, let's continue to wash our hands, continue to keep better hygiene, continue to do exercise, continue to interact with the family, continue to show more love, continue to help your environment, continue to help your space, continue to do those things that you enjoy doing. We have to continue, folks. And so let's continue that. Again, your pets. As you heard Greg say, that there hasn't been a case where pets are transmitting the disease to humans and vice versa, humans to their pets. So that's a good thing, because we love our dogs, we love our pets and our cats, and they become part of us. So that's excellent news. And me for one, I love it because we love our dog. So with that being said, I hope you guys got a lot out of this episode, and know that it's all about you. You are creating constantly, as we very well know. So let's create a higher level of you, right? So folks, again, thanks for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you resonate with this video. If you find it enlightening, 2 thumbs up, eh? Hit the notification bell. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, because I have a lot of interesting videos that I have around here somewhere. You have to look for them and find which ones you want to watch. There's several, and it's all about being a better you, being a better me. Okay, gang, let's show love again. God bless you all.